Myth number 9 is that you can just train your pet not to selectively feed, encourage them to eat really everything that's in their bowl.
Yeah, and so as we've alluded to, this is a survival mechanism. This is a hardwired trait. These animals aren't choosing to selectively feed, so this isn't something you can necessarily train them to not do. We know natural behavior will kind of trump anything we try to train them, so the best solution we have as pet parents is to simply feed them a product that's uniform in matrix so they cannot selectively feed.
So we've shared a lot of information with you and we've referenced a lot of research studies. So to summarize really quickly here at the end, mixes really do contain too much starch and too little fiber to support the unique digestive tracts of small mammals.
Yeah, we also know that mixes stimulate and support that natural concentrate selecting behavior, and unfortunately that leads them to reject some of the important things like the high fiber, nutritionally balanced with micronutrients mixes, and exacerbates some of those fiber and starch imbalances.
And we've also shown that feeding mixes can have implications even outside of this commercially available product. So that animals fed mixes actually consume less hay and drink less water compared to those fed uniform foods.
And some of the most common disease issues we see with digestive physiology, with GI stasis, dental disease, bladder sludge, and bladder stones, we know are directly tied to feeding mixes and the natural behaviors these animals have.
Yeah, and contrary to what you might read on a bag of mixes or hear or see on a website even, animals fed mixes actually spend less time feeding and are more inactive compared to animals fed a uniform food.
And while adding small amounts of hay and giving it the name of a foraging mix certainly seems nutritionally appropriate, the research actually shows us that actually stimulates the animals to deselect ingesting hay and ingest less fiber, which is a very negative outcome.
And the selective feeding that really leads to a lot of these issues associated with mixes is hardwired into your pet and just cannot be conquered by any amount of training.